we're going to open up our Unity project. So assuming it's not done yet, and also assuming that you have got your repo sorted in your Git, I'm going to go to open in file, to repository, open in File Explorer. From here, you can copy and paste a location, and we will open that up. Open. There we go. It's going to be a hot little minute whilst it transfers over. In the meantime, what you can make sure you can do is make sure, well, find out the version of Unity you're running. We are using 2021.3.4 F1. And also make sure you have a compatible version of FMOD. I'm going for 2.02.07, which is the latest Unity verified version. Saying that, I downloaded it. I don't think I actually... Yes, I did, yeah. No, I didn't. So I've got that version of FMOD for Unity. I also need to get the FMOD Studio version. So download that and load that up, because I think my latest version of FMOD, yeah, it's 2.02.04, so I'll download the 0.07 version as well. We'll run that. So we'll let the latest version of FMOD install whilst Unity is opening up the project for the first time. This will take a while. I could have done it all before, but I kind of wanted to show the things moving. Just so you can see, whilst that's all going, I have made a branch off of the develop branch for audio. So we're going to kind of integrate FMOD in this branch, put the git ignore in, do some test sounds, and just make sure it's all running smoothly, no problems, before we merge it into develop. Once that's merged into develop, everyone can then pull the latest version of it, so that FMOD should be running in every version. And then I'm hoping, because I'm doing this before everyone else has started work on the project, at least this year, that there won't be any FMOD issues. There will be FMOD issues, but I'm hoping there won't be. So we have FMOD Studio. What we're going to do is create a new project. I think first off we'll just make a little event. We'll make a 2D timeline, that'll be fine. We're just going to call it test tone. We're going to assign to bank master bank. Right, you're going to have to excuse me. I did a couple things in a janky way whilst I was recording, and I realised whilst I was editing the video, so I thought I'd just come back in, throw together a different scene and put FMOD in again. So even though this is a different project, a different FMOD project, it all works the same. So again, we're just going to take our FMOD Unity package, the 07 version, I'm going to throw it into our project. And again, just double check everything's ticked and we'll import that. First off, we're going to come into the FMOD project. So as you can see, I've got my test tone set up. We're going to go to Edit, Preferences, Build, Browse. I'm going to set the location to the project. So this will be my project, and my other one it will be Corruption of Arcana. I'm going to select that. From there, I'm going to save, Control S, and then build, F7. Now we'll come back across to the Unity. So in the setup wizard, basically it's just going to help transfer any Unity audio to FMOD audio. You don't really need to know what's going on. All you need to know is that if it's ticked green, like these, you've got green ticks or the naming is green, it's pretty much good to go. So we're good here. I'm going to go to linking. So what we're going to do here is go for single platform build, and this is the project, the project files location. This desktop folder here is what was created when we went to preferences, build, and once we set our bank output directory to there, we saved and built, this desktop folder was created. So we're just going to select this project. Oh, apologies, no, we're going to select the actual desktop folder, and again that's linked us up to the banks in FMOD. So that's that sorted. Listener, so the Unity listener is, it's currently set to a Unity listener. All we're going to do here is replace that with an FMOD listener. So the main camera would have a Unity listener usually to hear the sounds. We've switched that over to an FMOD one. Next, disable built-in audio. It's recommended you just use one or the other, so either just FMOD or just Unity. There are situations where you might have, some Unity audio, so you might want a camera. You might want to not disable the built-in audio. For now, we're going to do that. There's no Unity audio sources, so here, if you already had Unity audio sources in Engine, and you were then kind of transferring over to FMOD, this setup wizard would kind of go through and locate any Unity audio sources and give you a kind of easy way of switching them over. But as we haven't got any, that's all good. Source control, so that's it. That's basically the setup done. We are just going to double check. So if we just make a game object quick, if we just make 3D cube, I'm going to call it sound emitter. So if we go to our main camera, we can see I've got FMOD Studio listener. We've got our FMOD Studio listener. So the main camera is going to be basically the ears. That's what you're going to hear stuff through in the game. We're going to take our sound emitter and we're going to add a component, FMOD Studio Event Emitter. So that's going to be, a source for audio. What we're going to do, play event on object start. So when the scene loads up, the object will start and that will play an FMOD event. And the event we're going to specify by going in here, and here's our test tone. So when we play the scene, the object will start. It will decide to play an event on start, which is the test tone, which we set up in FMOD. And I'm not getting any audio. Why is that? That's because mute audio was selected. So just make sure that the audio is not muted and then try again. Okay, so it seems to be starting in mute for some reason. You see how that just instantly... There's your test tone. That'll work this time. So yeah, the sound we set up in here, the test tone, was linked into Unity. If I build, we selected the project path. Once we saved and built that, we then selected the desktop folder within the new project that was created, and that is where the banks go. Single platform build. That links it up. We made a sound emitter so that the FMOD Studio listener could listen to the FMOD Studio event emitter, which was playing on object start. So when the scene's played, the test tone, which was this test tone here, it's going to play that event. And then, yeah, on play, you heard the sound, and that's all good. I think that's about it. So I'm going to hand you back to old me who couldn't do this properly.